Whoop that trick.
Bro,
Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
Ju,
Welcome to
you,
the alley oop. Sis, what you think?
You did not have that Pacers stuff on before this blowout. You didn't. I don't believe you.
Bruh, like this is what's going on right now. I got a rotating shift of jerseys, man. I'm only gonna have one and then the other. That's how it works. If you don't believe me, we did a live show. What was that last week where we watched the entire game together? It just so happened I had to hally on the night they hallied. You feel me? Don't start off giving me the beef. You coming in beefing, I ain't even do the intro.
But you,
You got your hair
welcome.
laid down tonight. I see what time you on. You feel me?
I got my what on?
You got your hair laid down, pressed perfectly. Now you coming at me before I can even get the intro out. Ain't that how they do you? It be your own people,
It'd
ladies
be
and
your own
gentlemen.
people on Juneteenth. It'd be your own people on Juneteenth.
Exactly. Come on, man. Come on, let's get it together. Welcome back to the alley. Oh, man, you got to know. Pacers just whooped the dog crap out of them boys tonight. Them boys didn't even see the flow in the fourth quarter. Chat was happening. Mr. J, Cloud Feet, Cody Smithing. What's that? Lighthouse, Warren Corpus, Jay Tizzle. Come on, man. Roman Santos. Without y'all, who the hell are we? Sis, we gonna be joined by Amino Hassan in a second. He making his way down from where he been drinking all night to the floor. You feel me? Because you know it's probably pandemonium in that arena tonight. But sis, what did you think tonight?
Well, I thought it was going to be a blowout, Juju, and it was. I just didn't anticipate the blowout going quite like this. I
Right?
don't know what type of compound V super soldier serum that Tyrese Halliburton got injected with pre-game 6, but I
Right.
had unders for Tyrese Halliburton threes, and
Damn.
I swear I was feeling taunted throughout that whole game. And he was hitting tough shots too.
Right.
Getting into the paint, he's hitting floaters, he's getting
Mm-hmm.
tough lays off the top of the backboard. So that was just a prediction that I was wrong about and could not. I don't think anybody could have seen hit that coming when he was a game time decision to see this version of Halliburton. Thought on top of that, you got a massive. My number one note was Nemhard redemption game.
There we go. There
Nemhard
we go.
redemption game. Off the dribble, getting into the paint, breaking guys down, hitting huge threes. I think he had 3 threes in that game. Quick 9
Yeah.
points. He had a bunch of floaters, the ones that he hits. Well, they're not even floaters, really. They look like floaters. They look like teardrops, but they're just
Right.
straight up jumper middies.
Right. He's so
Rainbow.
smooth.
Yeah,
Right. He's
he
so
just
smooth. It looked like a floater, but my boy just said, you feel
bam.
me?
Ooh, I just got my elbow
Right.
on the table. So I thought that was super impactful. And then you got limiting of turnovers, which, I didn't see OKC being, Indiana getting 21 points off of turnovers and OKC only getting just 3. So that was
Right.
my sort of early breakdown. And I stopped taking notes in the third quarter, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. I started doing a lot of stuff in the third quarter, but also during that first quarter, whenever the Thunder went out first to that lead, I was like, "Oh, this look like a Pacer win." You feel me? Because that's how every game been going. Whoever jump out to that first lead, forget about it. Cancel culture style. You feel me? But before I even finish all that, we join right now. Let's show some respect to my big dog. Amin El Hassan has joined us live from the scene of the crime. How did it sound? Do you still have your eardrums in after that performance in Indiana?
It's a little loud right now. Everyone's going crazy. The fans are still here. They're chanting. I don't know if you guys heard them on TV. They were going serves and 7. My guy, the
Oh,
sign guy,
my
is
boy
here.
with the sign. Tell my boy to hold up the
Yeah,
sign, man, for us. Tell him to hold up the sign. Let him see the sign, bro.
he's literally got a stack of them, Juju. Hold on, let me try and. He's got
Let
a
us
stack of them. He's digging through right here. You see.
look behind the scenes. Where else do you get this content other than the alley hoop,
Yeah,
man? My boy got the
yeah.
plaid pants on. What's that?
Yeah,
Bueller.
there's another one.
You feel me? Come on with the flamingo, man. Come
With the
on,
pink
bro. Happy
flamingos,
Gilmore.
absolutely.
Happy Gilmore coming out soon, man. Part 2. You got to feel them. But yeah, bro, how did it sound? Talk to it, bro.
Yeah, it was loud, man. I won't lie. It was loud. It was crazy. The loudest moments I would say are the Siakam dunk, the Shepherd buzzer beater 3, and James Johnson coming into the game. Bloodsport.
Bruh.
When Bloodsport checked in, they lost their mind. They lost their mind.
Was the buzzer beater 3 the 3 at the buzzer right before halftime? Was that a Shepherd 3 as well?
No,
third quarter.
Shepherd was third quarter.
Huge. Yeah,
The
that
Siakam
one was huge as well.
The Siakam one at halftime was loud, but it was like it came like I want to say a possession after he dunked all over 2 dudes. Yeah. And so I think everyone's a little drained from just going nuts. They went crazy. That was crazy because I had my phone out and like I fumbled on the record. And then the dunk happened, like, oh man. Like I wish I'd recorded it. Because I mean, I don't know if you saw the pass that Halliburton threw. Hey man, something tells me maybe he might have been hamming it up a little bit. I'm not saying he wasn't hurt. I'm just saying maybe he wasn't as hurt as everyone. Because I'm like, this dude's skipping and throwing crazy passes and everything. It was, I mean, look, it's a 30-point blowout, but I'm going to tell you right now, that was the most fun, energetic blowout game I've ever been at. Like, usually games like that turn boring. The energy drains. The energy level was consistent. Nobody left. The crowd stayed to the absolute end. And we got ourselves, man, I said it after game 5. I said, I don't know who's going to win this series. I didn't walk away feeling very confident in Oklahoma City. And now, obviously, they got all the pressure on them because they're the ones that had a chance to close this out, and they didn't.
Bruh, y'all already know how my track record. I said, cancel the Pacers is over after every single victory. If you out there and you betting with DraftKings, hopefully, look, take whatever I say, bet the opposite because it's not going down that way, no matter what. You feel me? But never have I seen a 3-pointer in the third quarter be the NBA Jam nail in the coffin. If we were playing NBA Jam, that Ben Shepherd 3 was the nail in the coffin with a whole quarter to go. Because after that, bro, it translated on the television. Like, bro, that shit was loud as hell. And then he turned around and hit the mustache celebration. I'm like, my boy get it.
Can I ask, let me ask, what do y'all think about that celebration, man? Since we had a whole season of like, that celebration is not appropriate. And I said, I looked at that celebration, I was like, I know what that is.
Yeah.
The American public knows what that is. Is the league just going to be like, oh, I didn't know. I just thought he was smelling his finger because he made like a three-pointer.
Just smelling sauce, just slime. The slime activities. I
don't know. I don't know. Like, y'all got to explain to me what that means because I'm going to Google it right now. Why you go, sis? I'm going to Google what that means.
Ben Shepherd doing it is the most odd thing out of every single Pacer. Like, I didn't know Ben Shepherd was about that life. Belmont Bell Shepherd running down the court like he looks like he's swimming in water.
Halliburton loved it. That was I think my favorite part.
Was it.
See how happy Halliburton was for him for doing that.
He'll pay the fine. Halliburton will pay the fine. I said this before you came on. I mean, it felt like they gave Halliburton the super soldier serum, the compound V, the Toradol.
Shout out to the boys.
They gave him an extra dose. They said, "Let the boys." Yeah, I mean, he looked like Homelander out there. I had my favorite bet of the night was Halliburton under 1.5 threes because he couldn't get his shot off in Game 5. So I was like, "Well, how is he going to do it when they key in on him and he's a game time decision?" "Quote unquote," strained it last game, which we know he strained it in Game 2. So I'm like, all right, this guy is cooked. He's barbecued chicken out there. They're gonna look at him like food. And he's out there hitting logo shots.
Yeah.
In the middle of the game. I was just baffled.
That one where he hit the shot and then he turned and looked at Reggie and kind of shook his head. I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna cook tonight. He's cooking because he started. The crazy thing about this game, they played the first 4 minutes and didn't make a field goal.
Right.
They didn't make
and the second half. Second half as well.
Like in many arenas, the tradition here is they don't sit down until they've made their first shot. So the crowd was standing for 4 straight minutes waiting for them to make a field goal. And then Halliburton had a couple misses there, and I was worried. I was like, man, I hope he's not I hope his confidence doesn't wane because of this, or he starts getting self-conscious or whatever. And sure enough, he fought through it. They fought through it.
Yeah.
He did his thing.
And on top of that, I thought JuJu, and I don't know if you guys thought this same thing too. In the beginning, that 10-2 start to the game, it was kind of like so sloppy and so physical. You had a technical foul. You had, multiple free throws called. It was the classic Tony Brothers extender series game. And you could tell the Pacers could almost feel it in the beginning, because all they were doing was just getting into the paint and using their bodies. And I don't want to hate, but in the beginning, until they found their offense, kind of waiting for Tony Brothers to bail them out.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but they bailed themselves out. Also,
they started hitting shots from deep everywhere. Everybody's splashing.
Right. Also, somebody say close the tab. Also, whenever I realized the Pacers was gonna win the game, is pregame. Whenever Siakam channeled, I don't know who the hell he channeled and prayed to before the game. My boy eyes rolled behind his head.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah, I saw that after the game started. I was like, okay, he's what's that like when they get the spirit inside of them? I'm not like a church goer, but the spirit has got them.
The Holy Ghost?
Yeah.
The Holy Ghost has got them. That's what happened.
That was more than the Holy Ghost, bro. Them boy were like 1, 2, 3 Pacers. My boy was in a whole nother hemisphere. He was like, the Pacers, hell, let's go. Whoever we going to. But yeah, dog, that and of course another peak performance from Michael TJ McConnell. Like, bruh, to put us in the arena whenever he hits a shot or when he makes a big play, bruh, how loud does it get in that arena?
It was he walking up right now. Where's he going?
Yeah,
he's just walking over to the sideline. No, it was.
See if
we
can
crazy.
Get him for the alley oop. Tell him alley oop over here with Ju and Tristan.
Big
I was saying, nah. Yeah, it is.
Not using my pull aside, catch you for a chat for that.
He's talking to PJ Carlissimo right now, so I'm gonna let them cook. But no, it was crazy. Like they chanted his name. They chanted Obi Toppin's name. It was one of those things where, again, win or lose this series, these guys, a lot of these guys have all had moments that they're gonna remember for the rest of their lives. Like, man, I'm TJ McConnell, undrafted out of Arizona. I had to fight, bounce around the league, and I had 18,000 people chanting TJ, and it wasn't even after he made a play. It was like someone got fouled and someone else was at the free. I think it was the Thunder at the free throw line. They just started chanting TJ's name. Like, fuck it, man. It was just a goosebumps level night watching everybody kind of just step up and show out.
Obi Toppin, 4 threes again. That's very reminiscent of his performance in game 1 and in game. I think he had either 2 or 3 threes in game 3. When Obi Toppin is catching fire from deep and Nembhard is catching fire from deep, they're almost impossible to stop.
Right. With the pink shoes. Look at my boy with the pink shoes. Like you say, bro, because Obi had on games where he can't hit the broadside of a barn, like you said that one shit. You feel me?
Or guys, remember Nembhard was the kind of like, oh, this is your fault at the end of game 5, and to come back tonight and kind of really totally redeem himself. That was pretty impressive.
That's what I told you before you came on. I mean, my number one note, I wrote it down 3-4 times. I was like, Andrew Nembhard redemption game. He had one play where he made a shot. What did he do here? They were on a 17-2 run. Yeah. And he ended up not only hitting a huge shot, but then I think he either had a steal or a deflection, big rebound after that. And it was like a moment where he couldn't miss. He's breaking guys down off the dribble. And that's like why we fall in love with his game, right? That's the kind of physicality he's playing on Shea defensively. Just a masterclass.
And also, too, I think it can't be understated that he set the tone to keep the lead in the third quarter, because they had a second there where they got it down to 18. They were playing 19, 21 games, and then that big three he hit from the side, you feel me? Like no hesitation, like straight draws. He excelled them boys to keep that lead to where, man, we're gonna take our starters out and get ready for game 7, man. I think Nembhard was definitely the MVP of this game. Even though all the performances was going in, but he had them timeless shots that really just put the foot on the Thunder neck. What you got to mean?
TJ almost bust his ass right now. He's wearing, he's wearing slides, so he kind of like the slide got stuck on the ground and he had a little stumble there. Like, no, not the money.
What kind of injury report would that be, boy?
Oh my God.
TJ McConnell out game 7, slides. It'd be like Zion with that shoe. That Nike.
People won't remember this play, but Tony Bradley, I wrote down in my notes, Tony motherfucking Bradley.
Yeah.
That play was monumental in that moment.
Yeah.
That rebound, that basket, like getting his fit, like, because he's not somebody we expect to do anything. He's just eating up minutes, right? And I thought that the role players, even him, sorry, no Thomas Bryant sighting tonight.
No. There was no. Not so fast, my friend.
This is my number one note. The Thomas Bryant minutes is when I said, "Oh, Pacers got this one."
When was that? I must have been walking the puppy.
Quarter.
Okay, that was
Thomas Bryant. Yeah,
the play that Bloodsport got ejected on.
Okay.
He also, by the way, left on a standing ovation. He entered on a standing ovation and he left. But the play he got ejected on, Thomas Bryant made the 3, and he clocked. Was it Mitchell? Was it Dylan Jones?
Yeah.
It was Dylan Jones.
Yeah.
Dylan Jones in the back of the head. And so they reviewed it, and they did. But that was a Thomas Bryant made 3 right there.
Wow, another Thomas Bryant made 3.
That's what I'm saying. Look at the stats. Check it. I'm not playing with you. Thomas Bryant don't play, you lose. You catch the L.
Yeah, 1 for 2.
Thomas Bryant, 1 minute, you're gonna win the
7
game.
minutes he got in.
You may as well start the boy to the game 7 just to get it out the way, just so you know the W is coming. You feel me? Come on now. Also, Reggie Miller, salute to you, bro. If this is how it's gonna work, it's gonna work, bro. You keep tucking the jersey behind that goddamn belt, whatever.
Is he
right
trying
now,
to show off the belt? Is that what's happening? Is he proud of the belt? Maybe that's.
I'm honestly not sure, but I'm happy. I'm happy that he's aborted the mission of the sweatshirt.
As a matter of fact, right now, because I gotta, bro, it's a lot of folks in my mentions right now on some WNBA shit. Right now, if you are in front of a TV, turn to the Indiana Fever versus the Golden State Valkyrie game. It's 63-64. Valkyrie up with seven minutes left. It's on Prime, Amazon Prime. If you got Amazon Prime, Fever versus Valkyrie going crazy right now. My sister at the free throw line right now, Tiffany Hayes. She with the mask on, with the Kobe Black mask, 10 points, 4 for 7, 2 rebounds right now. They pushing Caitlin Clark them to the buzzer right now. Because Kate Martin and her, you feel me?
Kate Martin. So the Valkyrie had 4 players. Sorry, the Valkyrie had 4 players that went to Eurobasket. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, this is a definite stay away. But I could see the Valkyrie actually winning this game. They were 11.5-point underdogs. So
and they've been down the whole game. They've been down the whole game, and now they just push back. And that Oracle Arena, as loud as it gets, is this Oracle or what's it called now for the Warriors?
I think it is. No, it's Chase.
Chase Arena, the Chase Center.
Do they play at Chase or they play over?
Yeah, they play at Chase Center. It's on the court. The Chase Center. That Chase Center, as loud as it get for the Warriors, take like 1 notch down, and it get that loud for these Valkyries, especially when we got Caitlin in the game. I only been there one time for the All-Star game.
Okay.
For the All-Star game, yeah.
Oh no, but you haven't been. I was asking if you've been to a Valkyrie game. You haven't been to a Valkyrie game.
Nah. The Lord ain't blessed my pockets with that one just yet. Them tickets to San Francisco. You gotta have one, a big bankroll. Neither here nor there. But yeah.
Thursday. That's the Thursday Thunder.
Right. Speaking of Thursday Thunder, get that gremlin. What's the name of this gremlin that you holding?
Ollie.
Look, we got 20 minutes for Ollie to be up. After that, we cannot have him get wet or anything because he's gonna multiply and grow.
No Red Rocket sightings.
Did you? You saw? I gave you a look like, hey. Hey,
Right. Also, salute to the chat. J Mac, just G Square, Anthony Ortiz. Anthony Ortiz say TJ McConnell will dunk for free in Indiana if they look. I don't know what you're talking about tonight, bro.
Yeah.
But you my dog. You feel me? Skirt, salute the skirt. You got to know, man. And Jason Price, thank y'all for tuning in with us. And Brusco, I see you. Well, yeah, bro. It's like Reggie Miller with the tutback, Thomas Bryant minutes, Ben Shepherd hitting big shots.
Mm-hmm.
That's the recipe for Game 7.
Did they show y'all all the people who were here?
Look, bro. Look how happy Halliburton is, bro.
That's the shot,
I ain't never seen nobody that happy in my entire life. Halliburton is the happiest person on earth.
Hallie looked possessed there.
You know what the picture what the interaction looked like? It looked like they had a joke that they did that's never been done in public. It's always been like in practice or whatever. And Shepard hit the shot and said, you know what? I'm going to do this in public. And Halliburton's like, I can't believe you did that in public.
Right, boy, you crazy as hell. I can't believe you did that, boy. Yeah. Bruh, great game from them boys. Also, go ahead, bro. What you about to say?
I was going to ask, did they show you guys all the alums that were here?
No.
They showed us a couple of them. They showed Jermaine O'Neal. They show Artest.
Yeah.
They show Reggie Miller, of course. They show Rick Smits. Rick Smits, like
I didn't see that.
Yeah. They didn't show our brother.
Who that?
Steven Jackson was in the building, brother.
Nah, they ain't put my boy on the camera, bro.
Steven Jackson sitting courtside, feet on the wood.
Ooh.
And the crowd went crazy. They went crazy. He got a big shout out. A lot of the other Pacers were kind of in a suite, like Travis Best and Dale Davis and a lot of those guys.
Oh yeah, Lance. They chose Lance too. Lance will make him dance.
Lance was waving a towel. Derek McKee also was there. I think Derek McKee was wearing his own jersey, which I thought that was a
party foul. Yeah, you can't do that.
But yeah, man, Steven Jackson was here, man. I was real happy to see him. So shout out to Stack.
Yeah. So yeah, salute to the Big Three too. My boy was making noise in the Big Three last week. So
also, can I address? I want to address something, man.
Let's address it, man.
A nasty internet rumor that went around, I guess yesterday or today, that during an interview with Miles Turner, I was like just texting on my phone.
Oh, I seen it. Let me send it to Miss Rebecca.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was not texting.
Were you playing solitaire?
I wasn't playing solitaire. I wasn't doing any of that.
Solitaire.
I was pulling up information because I knew Miles Turner, or I thought, and I ended up confirming that Miles Turner had a calf strain earlier this season. So I was trying to confirm, was it this year or was it last year? And was it a calf strain or was it something else? And as I'm looking up that information, confirmed it. My question comes up. I said, I know you had one. What's that recovery process like? How did you take care of it? And he gave us a great answer about, like, you know, what that process is like, which gave us an idea of what Tyrese had been doing for the last couple of days. Everybody thought I was out here just messing around. Why would I be messing around with the guy sitting right next to me? He could see what's on my phone. Right? Yeah. Like, it's not like I wouldn't do that. And Miles Turner, shout out to Miles Turner, man. My brother in Star Wars. I would never disrespect like that.
Bro, you lucky I can't find it. Go ahead, sis.
While you're finding that, JuJu, I have a somewhat related question for you. Mm-hmm. So when you are in those large, because it sounds like you guys were in like something close quarters.
Yeah, that was a Sirius XM exclusive. It was a sit down. Yeah.
But when you're in the pool, there's nothing for reason for me, nothing more heart pumping than the finals media scrum post game, right. Like at the podium when you think you maybe have a good question, and then you got the mic and you can you're on every channel all over the world, and like there's echoing and it's all there. How do you feel about that? Because I always feel like there is no question good enough for this setting.
Right. So first of all, I like it better than people standing around doing this. Sure. I like the organization. I like the mic comes around. I think the thing that I worry about the most, Trista, is what if someone asks the question that I'm going to ask?
Yes.
And then like now I'm an idiot. I'm like, nah, never mind or whatever. The other thing, and I don't frequently ask questions, but I ask questions from time to time. The other thing is knowing I got to get this out clean. Just clean and not ramble. So I'll give you a great example of not a great question. This dude tonight asked, he was from international media. I took it, but he asked to Mark Dagnall in the pregame presser.
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer to celebrate here, or would it be better to win in Game 7 and be able to celebrate at home? And also, Nikola Topic, what's he going to do for Summer League?
A double question.
He went triple. I can't remember there was a second one in the middle, and then Topic, and basically Mark Dagnall was like, "I'm just gonna answer the last question," because it was not only was it long, but it's like you can't ask a dude before a clinching game, how are you guys gonna celebrate, or would you rather celebrate at home? That's wild. That's kind of like, yeah, there you go. There's the picture of me.
My boy playing Tetris on them folks, man.
I'm pulling it up, man. I'm pulling up the information.
Salute to Vince Goodwill as well. Our brother Vince Goodwill. You got to know, but tell them for virality, contextualization.
But it's just like, look, man. Like I like having information available during a interview. Like I think it's better than just asking generic questions about what do you guys need to do to win Game 6. Like I wasn't going to ask that. I wanted something that I knew no one had asked him that was that would give us like a little clarity,
little nugget, little nugget.
Yeah,
little nugget. Speaking of the Nuggets, bro, that Game 7 they had with them boys, last series versus the Thunder. Y'all think that's gonna prepare them for what they finna step into Sunday night? Because having a Game 7 under your belt ain't necessarily no slack. The Pacers, do they have a Game 7? I don't think they did. They got rid of folks
last year. Last year they had a 7 against the Knicks. JuJu, I think about 2010, Celtics versus Lakers, and both of those teams had plenty of guys with Game 7 experience.
Yeah,
but they ended up that Game 7 was an ugly ass game because it's Game 7, man. And Game 7 is a scary proposition, right?
Yeah.
Warriors versus Cavs in 2016. Again, both of those teams that had Game 7s, hell, the Warriors had just played a crazy Game 7 in the prior round. But you get to that game and it's like, it's tight, man. So I don't expect us to have, I don't expect any team to have an advantage. All right, fellas, take it easy. Monty, what's up, man? I don't expect any team to have an advantage because of any experience. It's Game 7 in the NBA Finals, man. People are going to be nervous. There's no amount of Game 7s you could have played in that's going to equal to Game 7 NBA Finals. Winner take all. These are the two best words in sports, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think it was in Game 6 tonight that had OKC playing so far outside of their identity?
So this happened in Game 3 as well. I don't like, and it's weird because you would think, hey, you don't want to get in a running match with the Pacers.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't like when the Thunder walk the ball up. And Shea walked the ball up a lot early. And I'm like, man, this Pacers defense has proven you don't want to let them get set. And so, number one, they didn't get into flow. If you looked at all the baskets that J-Dub and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander were scoring, it was isolation. It was stuck in the mud, not a whole lot of movement. And then exacerbating that is when everybody else can't buy a shot. What was the final 3-point call there? They're I mean, not counting against the fourth quarter where they hit a bunch, but I they were 2 of 19 or 2 of 20. It's hard to win a game like that when you're not making any threes and the other team is making threes. And I just felt like they allowed the Pacers to dictate their flow rather than get some early, quick opportunities and convert on that.
It did feel like Game 3 to me too, because it felt like Game 3 and like Game 4 to a degree. Because Game 4, OKC couldn't hit a 3 to save their life. And Game 3, Shea had his worst game pretty much of the playoffs, 24 points. And now he only has 21 0 for 1 for 3, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Just kind of a really poor performance from what we would imagine him to be doing in a closeout game. Like, this actually opens the door much more to me for a Jalen Williams Finals MVP if we see another game like a big game from Jalen Williams. Not to say Jalen Williams was anything special tonight, but
no, not to say that at all. Let's just go ahead and put that out there on the streets and on wax because
no, he was,
Go ahead,
he was
bro.
okay. He was okay. Like second half,
First half.
First half, I thought he was okay.
Yeah, he was okay if you didn't have him for 21.5 points tonight. Neither here nor there. DraftKings.com, our sponsors, salute. But some of us had a couple of things.
Thursday Thunder.
Right. You go 2 for 3?
Nah, we didn't. We celebrated Juneteenth today, so they gave a brother a day off without stress tonight. You feel me? But I had Papa had his own action going, and Jalen Williams needed 2 more free throws and also a couple of more points. Neither here nor there. But salute to Monique Billings right now and one big shots right now. Valkyrie still up on the fever, 4th quarter commercial break right now. But yeah, bro, Jalen Williams had a good first half, but that second half, bro, he ain't even get out. I don't think he scored at all in the second half. And by the time I think those first couple of possessions, Mark Dagnall was like, bro, timeout when the Pacers finally scored, and then the boy went down and scored again. Timeout again. Jalen, come sit by me. And I think he got in about one more time, and that was it for them boys because Dagnall seen it in their eyes. Bruh, y'all ain't got it tonight, man. That's what I wish Rick Carlisle would have seen last game. Like, cause I feel like tonight proved that you can play TJ McConnell alongside Halliburton, bro. It wasn't no one or the other last game in that 4th quarter. You can ride the hot hand and still have my boy out there beside the kid. You feel me? The great white hope, as Halliburton called him in the post game. Like, I think it's gonna be pandemonium in Oklahoma City Sunday. Like you said, them chants be chanting there. Prepare to hear, what's the song you say?
Titanium.
Titanium, boy. They gonna be they singing Titanium tonight. They going ahead and
it was so crazy. There were so many Thunder fans in the building tonight.
Yeah,
there were many in the street. I was kind of surprised.
You can't go against that, bro. Once you see that, go ahead and get a Pacers to W, man. We ain't playing tonight. You got it, Siakam. If I'm the Thunder and I saw that pregame, I'm good.
He said I'm good.
I'm straight as hell, bro. Also, before you go, I mean, my boy, Lil Shoot 'em Up say Trista is the GOAT. Neither here nor there. But back to you, bro.
Thank you, Lil Shoot 'em Up. Anybody named Lil Shoot 'em Up is a friend of mine.
Got to know. You got to know.
Did y'all off topic? Did y'all see the thing that Cam posted? The
Which
newspaper.
one?
He posted a newspaper clipping about him in high school, about like this crazy game he had in high school.
Yeah.
The guy who wrote the story was Stephen A. Smith.
No way.
Oh, that's hard.
Is this on his Instagram today?
Yes, it's on his Instagram.
Wow.
It's like the actual clipping, not like the website or whatever. But like,
I see it.
And it's
Giles
like,
search Stephen A. Smith from the Daily News.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I gotta get that jersey. I gotta get that Cameron jersey.
Cameron Giles posted a quadruple double.
Yep. 10 steals, right?
15, 10 boards, 13 assists, and 15 steals.
15 steals.
Wow.
He said, I told you I've been robbing.
15 steals is a lot of damn steals. I don't think folk know how many steals that is, bro.
Should have played for the Pacers.
Right. Salute to D Grant. Happy birthday to his son, Young Dubs, man. Happy birthday, Young Dubs, man. Salute to D Grant 2334 in the chat tonight, man. You got to know.
I see, who is it? Someone said in the chat right now, me should do Anthony Ortiz. I mean, needs to do Stephen A. impression. I'll do you one better. I'm like, as soon as I saw it, I said, I want to read this as Stephen A. Smith. So let me see if I can.
You already did Stephen A. playing poker with Miles Turner. But back to you, my bad.
Hold on. Let me find Cameron. This should be fun. There it is, Mr.
Little
Cameron.
James Martinez, I see you, bro.
All right. Here we go. Martin Luther King's game plan was simple. Stop Richard Parker and Cameron Giles. Execution was another story. Despite using a triangle and 2, along with a box and 1 at one point, MLK surrendered to relentless pressure from Manhattan Center. Parker and Giles scored 19 points each as Center won 71-62 in a Manhattan A division game in Manhattan Center yesterday.
Ladies and gentlemen, come on, man.
We got to give
Stephen
it up.
A. Mean Smith.
Stephen A. Mean. At least we know, though, that there's plenty of people that are pundits that were not covering high school Manhattan hoops. He has the boots on the ground, the early days. He's put in that work. He's gotten it from the gutter.
Damn, look at there you go.
He said, I work too hard, too many jobs, too many hours to care about what people on the internet got to say about me. They can kiss off.
Kiss off. Tell them for the kiss off, man. Also, a little quick update from earlier. The Mercury, they put a little foot in the behind of the Liberty tonight behind a big performance. Right, big performance by Alyssa Thomas. She had 15, 18, and 7. Monique, what is her name? Akoa Mokani. She the rookie. She had 21 points tonight. Sammy Sam, Hitman Sam Whitcomb had 4 tray balls.
Hitman Sammy.
Salute to Hitman Sammy Sam. But sad news, Jonquel Jones, she went out with a little knee injury tonight or ankle. I couldn't tell because she's so tall. When they get hurt,
it looked bad though. It looked really bad.
Right. Prayers for Jonquel tonight, but yeah, Mercury went in there and got the job done. And I know Tasha Cloud wanted that victory so bad because they traded her last season. They said they weren't gonna never trade her, but yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles.
I think we can say, and this is not just about Jonquel, because obviously losing Jonquel matters, but with or without her, the Liberty, and this is like a side road, but the Liberty are maybe not as good as we thought they were. I think the Liberty are gettable. And I know it's going to be a 7-game series this year in the finals, and they'll be tough to beat in 7, regardless of who they play. But they've now lost.
Hold on, that's a bit presumptuous right there. The finals. What you mean? They got to go through the dream.
Even if they get to the finals, even if they get to the
there
finals,
we go.
Because they've already lost to the Fever.
Yeah.
They should have lost to the Dream. We know those were some suspect ass calls down the stretch. JuJu, I had Dream money line and Dream +9. They should have lost to the Fever earlier in the season when Caitlin ended up getting injured, and now they lose to the Mercury. Those are the other teams in that next tier that are seemingly just as good, if not better than them in these head-to-head spots. And those losses have been or should have been at home.
Right, and they ain't even really went through had to play the Lynx this year just yet. Nafisa got hurt. Right, the Lynx. I think sneak attack right now. The Storm looking all right, bruh. The Storm been putting belt to behind a little bit lately, dog. Gabby Williams, Skylar Diggins, Erica Wheeler. I see you, like, bruh. Stay tuned, man. This ain't no foregone conclusion. Even the Valkyrie, bruh. Look at the Valkyrie right now.
My bad,
ahead, bro.
Not to distract, but y'all just reminded me of something. Did we do one of these after game 3? Yes or no?
Yep.
We did.
For sure.
So if you remember, I told you guys about the usher who was living and dying with every shot, right? In game 3. Y'all remember that story?
Oh, yeah.
Usher. Well, he was back in that section again, and he was going crazy the whole time. Every time, all those big shots, all those big moments, he would literally sprint into the tunnel, just sprint back onto the concourse and sprint back. So after the game's over, we're all walking out. And I saw he wasn't there no more. And he was like in the concourse right at the entry of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Just like using his credential to just whooping their ass. It was just whooping their ass. Yeah, that's what he was doing. I was like, man, you deserve. I'm glad for my boy, man, that at least his last memory of working, his last game that he worked, it was a big dub with a lot of great moments. I just want to shout him out, man.
Bro, I'm glad for my boy that his last memory was him getting escorted out the premises for being on Molly, evidently whooping folk with it down name badge.
He was just whoop me, and he was saying, and he wasn't doing it to anybody. Like there was no one around. I thought at first, like when I turned the corner, it would be with his boy or whatever, and they're laughing about it. And then I realized, oh no, he's just doing this solo
to himself. Just turns up, just whoop him, just whoop him.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Luckily, he was cool enough for nobody to report his ass. Like,
nah, man, look, he can't, man. That dude's he's having a great time, man.
We should have got him on the show tonight. That would have been the perfect guest.
That would have been.
My boy was going crazy. Now Sunday, the last game of the season. Thank God we get an extra game to bet on. Thank God we get an extra game to watch. What are y'all predictions? My predictions don't matter.
What I want to know what jersey you're wearing, JuJu, because every time whatever jersey you wear is the team.
Sunday?
You always end up wearing the jersey on the stream that is the winner.
I'm wearing the Thunder jersey on Sunday.
So
do with that as you will.
That's what we're gonna do then. That's what.
So you predetermine what jersey you're gonna wear.
Yeah,
and it just happened. So you're basically like that dog that be like predicting the NBA finals and stuff.
I'm like the corgi, bro. I'm the corgi. Look at me, I'm bumping the ball in the bucket. Yeah, because it's really just been one here and there. Yep, down the downstairs in the buckets for real. I'm going Thunder in 7.
What are you gonna wear? Do you know which Thunder jersey? Are we getting a throwback?
I got but one Thunder jersey because they don't sell them like that over here in Atlanta. They only got the one. Say Gildas Alexander.
You ain't got no Derek Fisher in there.
Nah, I ain't got him. I ain't been supporting them that long.
You don't have an Eric Maynard jersey back there?
Eric Maynard.
Nah.
Shout out to
Matter
Eric
of
Maynard.
fact, I got a Supersonics. Matter of fact, Supersonics. That's what's gonna be Sunday.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna tell you why, man. They sent out a notice. They sent out a notice to us, man. Don't mention the Sonics. If they win, this is their first title in franchise history. We're not supposed to bring it up at all.
Wow.
Damn. That's some heinous.
We're not connected to them.
We're not connected to them.
Damn, bro. That's some toxicity, bro.
I actually think it's like because I think the Seattle people are very sensitive about that. They don't like that. That's like that's our shit basically. So they've done
to be honest, it is. We've seen teams though move and then have to they change the names back, and then then you get to export your old record, like all of the stuff around the Thunder. It'd be almost like you'd have to ship the Thunder back to the Seattle and then move. The expansion team would have to go into OKC. That's basically what it would have.
Chris Paul, salute.
Yeah,
in New Orleans, that one year New Orleans was in OKC, right? What was that? Little Shoot 'em Up said, pull out the Raymond Felton jersey. I don't have a Raymond Felton jersey. Little Shoot 'em Up, Deshaun. Like I haven't been supporting these boys for that damn long. They got the SGA, but I wish I did have the Raymond Felton. Salute to you though, brother. Also salute the Mark Pirates or Mark Petrus. Ooh, remember Michael Petrus with that wet jumper?
Yeah.
Salute the Petrus, man, and Thomas Tandy. You got to know, man. Without y'all, who the hell are we? What's your prediction, though, sis? What's yours?
I gotta go with OKC. Every time I go against the Pacers, the Pacers win, and you guys already know what time it is for me and where I stand. So I'm going another OKC Thunder blowout. 20-point victory, 15-point victory in OKC. That's what I'm doing. That's what time I'm on. I'll bet it as well.
Chat, let us know. Sharman TP, McBardio. Chat, let us know what y'all think. Who gonna take this series, Game 7? While we ask, what is his position? My bad, sis. What you got?
Oh, I was just gonna say before Amin said that somebody in the chat asked whether I would get twisted up for Game 7. I'm in Miami right now. I don't know anybody who can twist me up, or I would.
In the MIA, yo.
Wait, what are we talking about? What was it twisted up? There's a lot of
not that kind of twist, like braided.
Oh,
up.
Hair. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
I like it. I was like, I know someone.
You see me? I'm like,
he's like, I gotta connect. Come on now. I go down to Miami.
Hit my line after the scream. I mean, what you got, bro?
My prediction is we're going to be back here for Game 8.
Oh,
Thunder,
damn.
Pacers, Game 8. The series is never going to end. We're just going to keep flying back and forth, making 17 million connections.
Yeah.
and hating our lives collectively.
What's the way to get there?
There is no way to get there. You have to go to somewhere else to get there.
Wow.
Damn.
Chicago, Atlanta, or Dallas seem to be the most popular connection points.
Yeah. I ain't never made a connection fight. Oh, the one connection fight I ever took was last year it was like Vegas to the women's All-Star game. Had to go to LA. I was on the most star-studded flight ever, and I knew my flight wasn't gonna crash. What you about to say?
You went to Germany? When you went to Germany, that was a nonstop?
Yeah, that was straight from Atlanta. From Atlanta to Germany. You feel me? Straight through Frankfurt like this here. With A-Town still on my back. Like, you feel me? Also with on their back right now, Veronica Burton and the Valkyrie. Up 10, 20 seconds, 29 seconds left. They finna get the W against the Fever. Look out for the Valkyrie, man. Letitia Amin here. Like, she was an ex-Dream player that I was like, I wasn't sure about her. But she a dog, bro. Like, she give you that hustle that you really been missing if you need some hustle on your team. So, yeah, bro, salute to the Golden State Valkyrie. Getting the job done, man. Also, salute to the chat. I can't stop looking at the chat. Jose Cruz Torres, man. I see you, my brother. What we talking about tonight, man? But yeah, bro, any last words? We've been going for 48 minutes past the blowout. I know these folks ready to get the hell on up out of here. What y'all got? Any last words, y'all?
Thunder in 7. Thunder in 7. Well, I think what I really will say is I think no matter what the little ratings nerds have to say, this is one of the most entertaining finals I've seen in a long time. I can't even remember the last time a finals lived up to what we've seen in 2025. For everybody who said this was going to be whack, this was going to be a big down situation. There was going to be like Celtics in the Mavericks last year.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are wrong. The Pacers are for real, and this thing was legit.
I think beyond the Pacers being for real, and this is my final point. It was going to be the same exact thing, Trista. It's good basketball. Like last year, it wasn't good basketball. It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't like well executed. The Celtics did what they had to do. The Mavericks really didn't, other than one game, and that one game was boring too. 2023, Miami and Denver was ugly as well. 2022 was more entertaining, more fun, but not like this, right? Not like this. This is perhaps, I'm trying to think the last time it felt like, man, maybe 2016.
Yeah.
Maybe 2016 had a bunch of blowouts. That's what a lot of people don't remember. Like there were a bunch of blowouts in that one.
Yeah.
Maybe 2013. Maybe that's the one where Heat and Spurs and they're going back and forth. This is our 5th Game 7 since the year 2000 that we're gonna have. And of those series, 04-05, San Antonio, Detroit. What is it? 2010, Lakers, Celtics. 2016, Cavs, Warriors. And 2013, Spurs, Heat. I would say overall, as far as like quality of game from game to game, this is probably the second most entertaining one. I think 2013 was the best. That was the best 7-game series maybe I've ever seen, because every game felt like everything mattered, and people were making shots and making plays. I thought 2016 had a bunch of blowouts, although Game 7 was exciting. It was kind of ugly. I thought 2010 had a bunch of ugly rock fight games. 2004, 2005 had a bunch of rock fight games. So we got great basketball, and like you, Tristan, I don't give a shit what the ratings are. I'm hoping that this is a catapult for people next year, that when Oklahoma City's on TV, when Indiana's on TV, they watch, they tune in because of what they saw.
And to your point before you go, JuJu, it was very intense basketball. The level of physicality and try-heartedness was like the highest I've seen in a long time. I don't remember that 2013 finals, in terms of that aspect, like specifically, but that I thought was excellent. And then it also, I think, forces people to say, you know what, maybe we don't need 53s in a game.
There we go.
And
there we
maybe
go.
that the mid-range is actually something that when you do get some threes, you're like, whoa, we finally see a little action from the perimeter.
Yes, sir. And I just flashed a random Penny Hardaway jersey just for my dog Mick Bacardio, who said, "Jude need a Penny Hardaway jersey." You know what I mean? I just got them boys on handy right now. And my boy Brusco got my back. He said, "Tell him he is the Joker of the millennium for that comment." And you got to know if you don't know. But I appreciate you guys in the chat.
This is an entertaining series. I'm wrong about that.
No, you definitely know that part.
Like,
you feel me? And you got to know this is my last chance to say this on the camera. We off from the show. The Boston Celtics right now are still your NBA champions. This is my last vegetable to hold on to this. The next time you see me, we will not be the champions.
How do I say goodbye?
Oh my goodness!
We went to karaoke last night, by the way, in Indiana, in middle of nowhere, dive bar, and it was fun, man. Shout out to the NBA media. That's the other thing I'm gonna shout out. I'm probably gonna do it again after Game 7, but shout out to all the NBA media. We're all so close knit. We're hanging out. That's what makes this long series very bearable and fun, is going through it with people. Shout out to the NBA people. They do an amazing job of juggling so many different moving parts and doing it with grace and class and never being assholes or anything like that. Shout out to both the arenas, Gamebridge here in Indiana and Paycom in Oklahoma City. The crowds, the game operations, the game presentation, everything has been stellar. It's really great.
Including the Green Goblin who tried
y'all need to leave my girl alone, man.
Also including my boy on the Mollies in the stands with waving his name tag. Also, Golden State Valkyrie got the job done, man. Thank you for the pro WNBA chat today, man. Thank y'all for that, bro. Them folk were tuned in, man, with updates. Salute to the whole chat, man. We got the last question we got to ask you since you brought it up. What song did you sing in karaoke, bro?
Oh, so I just to tell y'all, the people singing before was a lot of sad ass songs. Someone sang fucking Cranberries Zombie. Someone sang some Lady Gaga sad ass. It was just sad song after sad song. And I'm like, guys, we got to pick the energy up. So I hit the T-Pain Buy You a Drink, and man,
there we go.
Whole energy shifted everywhere. I said, as soon as I'm gonna buy you a drink, I throw that mic out, and everyone like,
fingers. Do you dance? We could do it all by yourself, baby girl. That's a good one.
That's a great karaoke song. The only thing I needed someone to come do Young Jock's part. And I said nobody did it, so then I had to do it too, man. I don't like doing the Jock part of that song, man, because I don't know the words word for word, so I gotta keep glancing at the screen for that.
Yeah,
it takes away from the performance, I feel.
Well, with the alley oop, y'all are T-Pain, and I'm doing the job part, man. Y'all make my job so easy, man. Thank y'all so much for joining us again. Thank you so much for Miss Rebecca Donahue on the ones and twos, keeping us together, man. Catch us again. One more game. Game Sunday night. Same bat time, same bat channel. Celtics champions.